Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video we will dig more deep into the Dano platform which we have seen in the last video. If you haven't watched my previous video, I will provide that link in the description. You can go there and watch that video in which I have discussed how you can get started with Dano and how you can you know integrate it or install it in your local machine. So in today's video we will dig more deeply into Dano and we will see how you can create your simple REST APIs, and as well as we will going to see a couple of very important third-party modules um, of Dano, and one of them is called as drun, another one is Dano Train. So how you can access those third-party modules? There is a link which is called as third-party module. You have to click on that and it will open Dano third-party module page. Here you can search different kind of libraries. Down below I have already opened drun and Dano Train, so I will explain what these libraries are and how these are useful. So here we go, Dano Train and Dano Run. So drun is helps to restart automatically your Dano application during development. When previously when you use Node.js, normally you have to install a library, something called as NodeMon maybe, yeah, and that library is really helpful during the development process, so that whenever you make some changes in your code, it will refreshes your localhost server right away. So we will, in today's video we will see how you can install it. It's really easy, and how you can use through command line. The other third-party module is called Dano Train, and Dano Train, this is, as we can see, a two-line definition. It is a web server library inspired by Express.js. On Node.js we mostly use this Express.js in order to um, build our route, or you can say router, and an application instance, so that you can create some endpoints or routes to particular APIs that you are creating. So in today's video we will look into these two third-party modules, as well as we will going to see how you can create your own simple REST APIs server on Dano. So this is an empty folder. I have already opened it in VS Code. So first of all we will create a simple file which is called as index.ts, or you can use index.js as well, so no worries about that, we can use both. So as Dano is strictly following that particular TypeScript thing, so I am creating these .ts files, so you would know while you are practicing, you will easily understand these things. So first of all we need to install these two. I have already installed those, so I don't need those. You can install Dano installed allow read, allow run, unstable, and this is the command which we have to install in order to use this drun. So there is a get started guide for Dano Train as well, and you have to use simple commands that how you can run those. So in this example they are showing that if you run this through Dano, it will start your server. And in the last video I have also discussed about importing the URLs instead of importing the files, or having an package.json in your project which will create a tons of files inside your node module folder. So Dano totally ignore that, and it will save you a lot of time and your storage as well due to that node module folder. So let's start with the coding section. We will create a simple server. So first we will import that. We need two things from the run library. So first we will call it as application, and the other one is router. and we will import it from, let me get that URL. There is a file called as mod.ts. I will copy that and paste it here. Sorry, I think it's not pasted correctly. Let me copy that again from my other screen. Here we go. So this is the from this file we will get application and router. So next thing we want to import is, okay, we will next thing we will create an application instance. So first we will call it as app, and we call this new application. So we are using TS, so that is why we have to create instances like this. And next thing we will create the router instance. So const router equals new router. Alright, so next thing, same like when you have installed Express.js inside your node project. So now we have these two variables like app and router here. So we will consume those variables. So next thing we want to do is app.use, and we will give it a route name. So before using app.use, let me create a root route so that we can quickly see how we can run that. App.get, and our root route is /, and then we need a context as parameter, and then we will return a function which is just return a string which is called as hello deno localhost, something like that. So whatever we will return here, it will display on your web browser. So simply how we can run using the drun, sorry. So we will use drun command, drun, and then watch, then we will give entry point which is obviously /index.ts, then we will say --cwd equals // space, and then we will say -- runtime options equals to -- allow -net. So don't worry about this longer command. I have also discussed this allow net thing in my last video, that you have to allow it internet connectivity to your Deno project, because we are importing our libraries directly from the URLs. So this is not like we have a package.json or node module folder and we are not importing it from our local folders. It is importing with some URLs, so we have to use this allow net in order to use internet connectivity to Deno project. So let's hit enter, and it will take some time. Okay, another thing I just forgot, we have to write await app.run. So this command will execute. Let me, oh, one thing you have noticed that as long as I have pressed save after writing this particular statement, it is automatically saying that our server is serving at this localhost URL. So you don't have to run that command again. So I mistakenly pulled out from this terminal command. Let's run it again. So you can see we have https 0000:3000 is the port name. So either you can click on that, or even you can just simply open a new tab and write localhost and then 3000. So as you can see, we have hello Deno localhost. So simple is that. We just have to import application and router from there, By the way, router is not using yet, we will work on it very soon in a bit. And as you can see, we just have instantiate our application, we get the root route, and we just run that application. These are the three simple steps, and you can see we have returning this string here in our root route. So if you write something else after forward slash, let's say anything, and if you hit enter, it says this route is not found. So we will quickly see next that how we can use this particular router to create our own API. So for that I have using this JSON placeholder thing. So this is a fake online REST API for developers. They have already created some JSONs for us, and we can use those. In our this video, we will just use this users route. So as you can see, there's a bunch of users here returning as a JSON response. So this is basically a list of users. So what we are going to do here is we will create a new file, and we will create some models so that we can map that users and get those as a response in our REST API. I am using this because I don't have any kind of backend database or something like that, which is kind of a complex thing. We will do it in later videos. So but for now, let's say this JSON response is coming from our backend database. We are querying this response from our database, and we are displaying using our own created Deno APIs in localhost. You will see in a bit what I am talking about. So let's uncomment this, and we will use app.use, and what we will say, our root for our API would be simply API, and we will pass the router here like that. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to create a router, another route which is called as /users, whatever the base URL behind after the base URL, which is kind of localhost 3000. Then we have /API as a base router, and then we will have /users. So we will quickly see that router dot get users, /users, and then we will use async function because it will fetching the data for us, whether it is a database or you can say we are fetching from another API which is called as JSON placeholder. So we will pass this context here, and then we will have a function. In it we will get our response. Alright, so let's say if we will just console it, console.log, and we will say this is our users list. Let's say simply we will do this, and as soon as I have saved this file, as you can see it is compiling again, and this is the beauty of drun third-party module which we are using inside our application. As soon as you will hit save in your files, it will automatically refreshes. So what we will do, we will refresh that again. Okay, so this is our root which is displaying hello Deno localhost. Then we will use /API as a root of our API, and then users. So it's saying that root get API users not found. So we will see what exactly the problem is. So we are defining this router here, and then we will use app.use /API and router, and then we are using this function router.get. So okay, so /users is not found, but actually our /users is getting called. As you can see, we just have console the log here which is called as this is our users list, and as you can see in the console section down below, we are displaying this as this is our users list. So instead of console logging, if you directly return this thing, as we did previously with our root route, so if you return directly here, as soon as you will hit save and refreshes here, you can see this is our users list. So okay, this is it. Our users route is working pretty much fine. Now we will create a new file which is called as users.ts. So what we'll going to do in users.ts, so first we will look at the response, which is quite clear that we have a list of users. If you can't see this array starting bracket, we have array which is square bracket here, and then we have objects. So there are many users inside this response JSON. As you can see, they have down below this quite clear JSON as well. So what we will be going to do, we will create our model classes, and we will fetch these user parameters as a JSON, and we will display those. So first thing we want to do is we want to create an interface which is called as user, simple, right, that, and I will copy all those to save time. So we have different, okay, so we have ID which is type number. So as we are using TS, we have to define data type, that this variable is belong to this data type. So we have name type string, username type string, email, address. So for address we will create another interface which is called as address, and inside that address we will use this particular properties or JSON parameters. And same like we have company thing here, so we will create another interface for company. So let's quickly create those, and actually I will copy that to save time to get this done as quickly as possible. So now the error has been gone. We have address interface, and inside that address I have fetching all these street, suit, city and zip code. Then we have geo object here. So geo is acting as an object, so we will create another geo interface down below, and we will just have a lat and long as a number data type. Then we have a company interface. In it we are just getting these three things. Alright, so we have map exactly what we want from users list, and now what we can do is we have to create a function, or let's say we can export that function as well, so that we can use that function here in our slash users thing, and it will return the results. So you will see in a bit, which is very easy. Const, we will name it as fetch users, and as it is the API call, so we will use await. I have also told that in my last video that you can use await without having any async functions inside Deno. So it's really fast and really easy to integrate. Without having async function, you can use await right away in Deno. So we will use fetch, which is very common in JavaScript, that whatever the APIs or REST APIs you want to call, same like we have Axios libraries nowadays, but fetch is really simple for this example, so I am using this. So let me copy that particular JSON placeholder URL. So now you can imagine that this function is getting queried from our database. So I don't have any database, so that is why I am getting this particular REST API from JSON placeholder to fetch the users list really quick. So this is all we need to do here. Okay, let's hit save this user.ts file, and now what we can do, we have to import that fetch users, because we are using this export thing. We can import that in any other file, obviously. So import, we will call it fetch users, and which is from our dot slash users.ts. Here we go. So for some reason it is giving some error. It says declare but its value never read. Okay, we will use this in a bit. Okay, so first thing we want to use is const create a users variable, and which will be obviously await and fetch users. And what we are going to do with fetch users, so after this fetch users gets called, it will returning us the JSON. Fetch users will, you know, returning a response kind of thing like that. So this is the particular response which we will get, and that response we will directly, you know, parse that into JSON. So what we can do after fetch users, which is kind of a response, we will just say JSON. So we will retrieve its JSON directly, which will save inside this users variable. So we'll just say console.log, and we will just use users. If you write users here, it will display the whole array of users, but what we can say, we can just get that first index of that array and we will fetch the address. This is just want to show you inside console that what exactly the response is getting. We will get this particular address from 0th index. 0th index means this particular object is the 0th index, and we will get this street, suit, city and zip code plus geolat and long. So ADDRESS, which is the address exactly the same. Okay, then we will return users as well. So what it will do, the moment we will call slash users in our localhost API, it will return this users, which means that the same JSON response you will see here instead of this string. Alright, so we will just hit save, and it has running by default automatically. So what it is saying, fetch users dot slash users has not exported member fetch users. So maybe some spelling mistakes. Yeah, I am using u as small. Let put that users u is capital. So now the error has been gone. As soon as you hit save, you will see we have this particular line which shows that our server is running correctly. So first thing we will called root route, which is saying as hello Dano localhost. Then we will say slash API, and API obviously is not found because this is our API root router, and now we have to call slash users, and as you can see, here we go. Now this users list is fetched from our JSON placeholder to this our localhost server. So pretty easy, right? And as you can see, our console.log, I am just displaying the 0th index address, and as you can see, this is the same as we have here in 0th index. Pretty cool, right? So that's how you begin with Dano platform, and you can create some backend database as well. I will create more videos on it, you know, creating some databases and adding some tables inside relational database, and then we will query some records. So instead of calling this placeholder JSON placeholder API, we will directly query from our database so that we can get results here. So this is quite easy, right? We have in simple steps seen that how you can easily manage your localhost server through Dano platform. So this is it, guys. Let me know how you like this Dano platform, and if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask me in comment section. I will create more videos on it, this Dano. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.